Geothermal energy development. These are the 6 stages of geothermal energy development. 1. Resource assessment. The first step in developing a geothermal energy business is to assess the geothermal resource potential in the area of interest. This involves conducting geological, geochemical, and geophysical surveys to identify potential geothermal reservoirs and estimate their size and temperature. Geological surveys involve studying the surface and subsurface geology of the area to identify features such as faults and fractures that may indicate the presence of a geothermal reservoir. Geochemical surveys involve analyzing the chemistry of surface and subsurface fluids to identify geothermal fluids and estimate their temperature. Geophysical surveys involve using techniques such as seismic, gravity, and magnetic surveys to map the subsurface geology and identify potential geothermal reservoirs. 2. Exploratory drilling. Once a potential geothermal reservoir has been identified, exploratory drilling is conducted to confirm the presence of a commercially viable geothermal resource. This involves drilling one or more wells to test the temperature, pressure, and flow rate of the geothermal fluids. The data obtained from these wells is used to refine the resource assessment and estimate the size and productivity of the geothermal reservoir. 3. Feasibility study. After the geothermal resource has been confirmed through exploratory drilling, a feasibility study is conducted to assess the economic viability of developing a geothermal power plant. This involves evaluating factors such as the size and temperature of the geothermal resource, the cost of drilling and constructing the power plant, and the expected revenue from electricity sales. The feasibility study also includes an analysis of the regulatory environment, including permits and licenses required for geothermal development, as well as an assessment of environmental and social impacts. 4. Financing. Developing a geothermal power plant can be capital intensive, so securing financing is an important step in the development process. This can involve raising funds from investors, obtaining loans from banks or other financial institutions, or securing grants or other forms of concessional financing. The financing package will depend on factors such as the size and risk profile of the project, as well as the availability of funding from different sources. 5. Power plant construction. Once financing has been secured, construction of the geothermal power plant can begin. This involves drilling production and injection wells to extract geothermal fluids from the reservoir and return them after they have been used to generate electricity. The power plant itself typically includes equipment such as turbines, generators, heat exchangers, and cooling towers to convert the thermal energy in the geothermal fluids into electricity. In addition to constructing the power plant itself, other infrastructure such as roads, transmission lines, and water supply systems may also need to be built. 6. Operations and maintenance. After the geothermal power plant has been constructed and commissioned, it must be operated and maintained to ensure reliable and efficient electricity generation. This involves monitoring and maintaining the geothermal wells and power plant equipment to ensure that they are operating at peak performance. It also involves managing the geothermal resource to ensure its long-term sustainability by balancing fluid extraction with recharge rates. Thanks for watching.